Congratulations, you've unlocked All Apologies, a show about apology tours and demanding satisfaction. I'm your host, Trucker Andy, and with me, as always, is your co-host.
He's a fucking Chad.
It's Joe Sixpack, everybody.
How you doing?
What's going on, everybody? I demand an apology because you haven't gone to allapologiespodcast.com yet to find all the links to our Patreon, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. So please go there, like, comment, subscribe, demand apologies, issue apologies, or refuse to apologize. And the one thing we're still asking is for you to please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already. What are you doing? What are you doing? And as punishment, I've been Andy, I've been on the master kick for so long now. I'm like, how am I going to return to putting together something that is not, dominatrix or whatever S&M related content here. I was very confused. But before we get into that,
Yeah.
Hackamania coming up, right, Andy?
Oh, yes. But even before that, Joe, I'm glad you brought that up. Please check out up in the top there. You got your promo code NLO, promo code CUM, promo code CREEP, promo code Kaylee, promo code WATP, all for 10% off the Hackamania coming up in May. Not too long from now, but
Yeah.
even closer, Joe, is the Dabble House. You can go to, you look under here, and you see that dabblecon.live features the tapes. Kate Meany fucking over Stuttering John yet again. Nobody could believe that he would fall for it again, and he did. And we're going to make a whole weekend out of it down in Florida. We're going to try and catch John over at Stevie Tomatoes. I can't see not doing that. How am I not going to try it? I'm going to eat every meal at Stevie Tomatoes and see if I can get a photo with Stuttering John. I'm going to lure him to the Dabble House. And then he's going to walk in, and Shuli and Carl are going to be there. And he's going to be like, his head will explode. He'll jump into a lizard infested canal. And
You'll just go to the nearest pharmacy and hang out in the hair dye section of whatever local pharmacy there is. I'm sure you'll find them.
100%. And all that is to say that tickets are now on sale for Dabble House, but you don't even really need to buy a ticket if you are following the show and what we're doing on our social media. And if you watched last week's episode, you saw that our sign designer, Troy Smith, won a free pass to the Dabble House. And we did it again. We posted another quiz question on our Instagram page. And this week's question was, what is Stuttering John's favorite movie? And somebody pointed out quite wisely that I should have included Swordfish in the list. That's, that joke. Ed probably doesn't know. On 9/11, when Howard Stern was being delivered the news that planes were hitting the Twin Towers, they were discussing Halle Berry's tits. And John, they're like, a second plane just hit the second tower. And John looks at Howard Stern and goes, have you seen Swordfish?
See, that all makes sense now based on what we were just talking about a little bit ago.
Yeah. Speaking of Twin Towers, have you seen Swordfish?
Yeah.
At any rate, that Swordfish was not one of the choices for the quiz. It was turns out that, and this is what I hate. I hate when Stuttering John likes things that I like, because one of my favorite movies is Jaws, and Stuttering John claims his favorite movie is Jaws. Even though his favorite movie probably is his own movie, One Too Many. But some people did get it right, Joe. And what we're doing now, everybody, not to let people in on how the sausage is made, but last week when we gave away the ticket to Troy, he was the only person that submitted an answer. So it was very easy to just award Troy the key to the Dabble House. But this week, we did get some people submitted. So we got, I put it in the wheel of names, Joe. We have Mike. And Mike, you were doing a bit where I could tell that you knew the right answer, but then you did a bit where you put the wrong answer. But I still let you in. And then Tim, who was our boy that came to visit, we went to a comedy show Tim, you submitted an answer for last week's question, but you got it right. So I put you in the drawing for this. And then we had a couple of new submissions. I mean, everybody got the quiz answer right. I'm not making them very hard. I want people to have a chance to win.
It's supposed to be fun, not a fucking
not trying to
SAT prep course.
Yeah, we're not trying to stump the buoy or
Yeah.
stump the joke man. That's not what we're doing. We're trying to give away tickets to the Dabble House. And Lindsay, Matt, Chris, Tim, and Mike are all in the running. And I think there's a little toggle above that. This is like randomize or something like that.
Shuffle that enough shuffling?
Yeah,
Sure.
because this is a $30 value. I mean, if you want to be a producer of the show, you could buy a $250 value ticket and get. But
spin it.
Yeah, we're this is not nothing, and it's priceless entertainment. That's what it is. And I cannot read that.
I got you. I got you.
Okay. So you're gonna tell me.
It's right now. It's Lindsay. It's Lindsay.
Lindsay. Well, congratulations, Lindsay. I have your contact information, so you can look forward to me reaching out to you with a whatever. I'm gonna buy you a DabbleCon 3, the Tapes 2, Dabble House pass. So congratulations, Lindsay. Never fear, Troy. Yours is. I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm going to buy them all together once I know how many I have to buy. I think we might do this one more time. And if you were one of the people on the wheel there that did not win, I'm going to leave your name on the wheel so you can continue to have a chance to win. But if you weren't on the wheel this time and you would like to be, please watch our Instagram, follow us on Instagram so you know when the next question comes up. And then you go to our website, allapologiespodcast.com, where you answer the quiz question and then you watch the show to see if you won. So, and these are all free actions. They don't require anything from you financially. And if you come up on the wheel, you win a $30 pass to the Dabble House. And I think we're going to keep doing it when this is over and Hackamania is looming. We'll start giving away Hackamania passes as well. So follow us on Instagram so that you're on top of taking advantage of that. Fun time's over, Ed. Now we're going to get into annoying the shit out of Ed.
God damn it.
Because this week we're talking about the one and only Guy Tang from Ming Empire, right?
We covered when did we do this, or did we just discuss it casually at one point with the it was just when with Jen, right?
We did the mom talk episode with Kaylee and Jen,
right?
And we did Guy Tang in the bonus.
Okay,
paywall. We were doing Joe and I were doing a popsicle race and listening to Guy Tang. It was the gayest thing that ever happened on the internet.
Right, gayer than my actual algorithm, which is where Guy Tang popped up for the first time, and like his outfit was like absurd. It was like all that one guy I brought where it's like denim on denim, like these the Balenciaga enormous boots or whatever that were all like denimed or some shit.
Well, what we're gonna quickly learn is that his fashion sense is his most talented trait. It's not the singing. I mean,
hairstyling. He's definitely, that's the thing that blows me away is that Kaylee knew who he was when we talked about it the first time. But let's get to know who Guy Tang is. Like famously, like Guy Tang is talented for his like hairstyle shit. So in clip 1, we get to know what Guy Tang is actually good at.
What, Angelica is only 14 years old. 14? You do not look 14.
I know, I don't.
Are you scared? And I always like to go in and do the shadow rooting first. Me. So this is the color complete. As you can see. Come here, darling.
Wow.
Jesus.
So look at how that hair literally glows.
That's insane.
It glows so much, I can't even see you.
You can't see me?
Step back one bit.
Is it like bleach? It's like when you go to fucking the club in the 90s and you put your detergent in your laundry before there's any water in it, and your one pair of jeans is fucking it looks like you jizzed your pants under the black lights.
You're coming
Um,
in your pants, sir. No, I just don't know how to do laundry. Yeah, way to make a lovely young lady into a fucking freak show.
yeah.
Is this
But,
Japan? Well, I guess he is from Japan, right?
I think maybe Taiwan, Vietnamese, maybe. I
But
think I'm not sure.
but that does not look like the guy Tang we've met in previous iterations.
So this
That's
is the other thing. So that's young guy Tang,
so
right?
that's
That
Joe, that's Charmander guy Tang. He's
yeah,
gonna go on to be
right. Yeah.
Charizard final form guy Tang later.
That's not the guy who has the puffy thing on top of his head and
It
hangs out
will
with
be.
that. Mm,
Okay, let's get the other version of Guy Tang here in the next one. So it being all apologies, I obviously searched Guy Tang apology, and we get a TikTok. This is very woke dad. How can I engage with the audience here? So this was comment below with your personal traumas in clip 2.
Have you ever been misgendered? Leave your comments below. I was at the gym working out, minding my own business. I had to go pee. This is my outfit that I wore to the gym, and I went to
Nice
the
tits.
restroom, and this man was like,
Excuse me, ma'am. This is the men's restroom. I think you're in the wrong restroom. The women's restroom is over there on the other side. Yeah.
"Who, me?"
Yeah, I'm sure this sounds like it really happened.
Well, you were sitting down to pee in a urinal.
but again, this is not the same guy that I've come
What do
to
you
know
mean? What do you mean? That's
with his
totally him.
crew, with his
The many
His-
No,
the many faces
no.
of Guy Tang.
You're thinking of J and O. This is a different guy.
oh, thank God. For a minute there, I thought you guys were gaslighting me a little bit, and I was really going to lose my
No,
mind.
no, you're
So-
thinking of Jordy and J and O.
Yeah,
POL,
yeah,
J and O.
because it's all like so terrible.
You're
stuck in here.
conflating my terrible music.
Now that you mention
algorithm.
it, you were not here for the Mom Talk episode, so you missed
Whew.
the introduction to Guy Tang. This is
Okay,
a different guy. This is not J and O. This is
Okay.
a hairdresser to the stars, featured on Bling Empire, who has taken
I
all the
drink a
money that
lot.
he's ever
but I-
made, and now he's pissing it away on shitty music videos.
Understood.
Yeah, I'm saving the music. Maybe we're burying the lead slightly with that. Is that the most interesting thing about Guy Tang is his music career at this point. It's absolutely fucking absurd, but we'll hear more about that in his podcast because this guy won't stop creating anything.
He's a content creator, Joe.
Yeah. So let's get to the apology of all apologies here. After he was misgendered by a gentleman in the men's room at fucking Planet Fitness or wherever the fuck he is. Clip 3.
Planet Fitness in Hollywood. You're right. On
Yeah, right.
I was like, "There's no one else in there." So I go, yeah, I know. That's what I said. And so I was kind of confused. And I said, "Oh, he thought I was a woman because I had long, luscious, beautiful hair and a cute bubble butt. So, it is what it is." And I was like,
Slow down.
"Whatever. I know who I am." And I still have to go pee. And there he was coming and looking over my shoulder.
Yeah. I just want to apologize for mistaking you for you know what I mean. Ooh.
I'm a little pee shy. I need space when I pee, okay?
Yeah, I'm sure that happened. I'm sure he mistook you for a woman and then came up right behind you at the urinal to look at your dong. I'm sure. Now, I would say justified. Like, really, what it is you're a man whose hair is like overly conditioned and stylized
Yeah.
and it looks feminine. From behind your hair looks feminine.
Yeah, but and this goes back to one of our other conversations when it comes to trans people in sports. The shoulders generally give it away.
Yeah. Yeah. The traps should have given it away.
And if that doesn't, when he turned to look at you with the goatee
Adam's apple.
probably would have also given it away.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't good enough for that guy. He needed to check out his package while he was taking a piss. I'm sure
Yeah.
that happened. That's
Yeah.
100% true.
Right. All the real content on TikTok testimonials from Woke Dad and Guy Tang. I'm
Yeah.
sure this all actually happened.
Right. It all actually keep getting your fucking medical advice from TikTok, you fucking shitheads. You zoomer idiots.
So well, moving on past that, that was the filling the apology bucket criteria here. I discovered that I didn't know Guy Tang has a podcast called Tang Talk, and I'm sure it's fucking riveting. And it's filled with so many topics from doing hair to talking about his music to doing hair and hair shows and
And getting misgendered.
and
And
getting
who he's blowing in the bath. Yeah.
so
When I was a fucking metalhead working at a supermarket and I had long hair, if I wasn't facing the right direction, people would call me ma'am. It's what happens if you sport long hair as a man.
Oh my God.
You're gonna get called ma'am at some
Well,
point.
Andy, go in the Guy Tang's comment section and say, yes, I've been misgendered. And
No,
I
I'm
immediately
scared.
immediately forgot about it after it happened because I'm not a fucking fragile loser. All right. So Guy Tang, I didn't catch the girl's name here, but I think they're business partners. Or she works at his salon. So I'm pretty sure they work together. They're friends.
Is
Like
this
she's
girl Sunny D?
what? Guy Tang
Guy
and
saying
Sunny D.
girl
Yeah.
Sunny gal
Yeah.
Sunny D.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was a bad
So
joke.
so Tang Talk, the episodes start with people breaking off Guy Tang some goddamn disrespect.
Nice.
Times where I'd go and try to purchase the thing that you talked about and it'd be sold out because people were watching you and then going and purchasing it, and that's
And they would tell me, don't let them take advantage of you like that. And they don't even know why the products were selling. They didn't even realize it came from me. The companies didn't realize it. They think, oh, the products were just so great, it's sold on its own. But it's actually, because people are learning how to utilize it through my YouTube channel. And the difficult part is because I don't do that. I hate asking for money.
No, yeah.
It feels
it's
awkward.
not you. Yeah.
Have you noticed that? Even when we try to ask our
Well, it's
clients
not why
for
you're
money.
doing it.
Next thing you know, they breaking you off some goddamn disrespect. Motherfucker.
I kind of feel this this deeply as far as like I don't talk to anybody about money. I've never actually had a job where I've actually accepted money. I haven't been a cashier. I haven't like handed you your food and taken money for it. I've never handled money as a job ever in my entire
No
fucking
one's
life.
ever found any value in anything you've done.
Well, no, it's always like some salesperson. Somebody else is brokering the deal, and I'm the one who's actually doing the labor.
Guy, I guess it feels dirty to Guy, but if you're like, hey, do you want to break me off some sponsorship since you're making so much money off me selling your shit on my YouTube channel? Oh no, I guess I'm going to start using somebody else's a competitor's thing, and they'll sponsor it. So it's called doing business. It's called getting
I
sponsored.
don't believe that they're buying stuff because of his YouTube channel.
Oh no, it's
No,
because
he
he's so
thinks that.
talented.
No, he thinks that. It's because
No. I understand that he thinks that.
Yeah.
By any chance, have you done any research, Joe, and how many people are following this person?
Why would I do that? Guy Tang is tremendously successful. I don't.
That's what
I
we have
mean,
you for, Ed. You look it up.
Yeah.
You put
No.
Guy Tang in your algorithm.
Yeah. You Google. Yeah. You follow all of his media and tell me how many followers there are. No, but he's tremendously popular, at least from a hair world scenario. But yeah, no, this is like an artist's mentality. This would be equivalent to bands who, are playing and then you got to go to the club owner and put your hand out and say, give me money, right? It's just like an
Well,
awkward
the girl in
conversation.
the girl in the first video is clearly a model. So he's
Yeah.
whatever, he's using certain things and people want to get that look. And it's like if you're a musician, you're like, well, what strings did Led Zeppelin. What did Jimmy Page use when he recorded
Yeah.
this? People start buying the same gear and the same guitars so that they can do what Guy Tang's doing.
That's this whole episode, really. Well, you'll hear more about this, but you should also know, like, they're talking about when he was using other people's products, but he also has his own line of, like, hair color products and shit like that you'll hear him kind of mention later on. But so in clip 5, money is dirty and talking about it is uncouth in clip 5.
We do things for fun.
Yeah.
And that's where it's hard for us, right? It's like when we're done with the service,
Yeah.
and then you say,
my
"Oh, that'll
gosh.
be $100. That'll be $200," and it's always
Yeah.
awkward.
It's always awkward. It's like we are like, again, we're business. We own a business, but we're like,
But this is
we
where
get paid.
this is where everybody wants us to do their hair for free.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part because we still, logically, you still have bills to pay, and that you
Yeah.
did take 2 or 3 or 4 hours to do
For your whole
someone's hair.
day. Yeah.
Or your whole day.
Now, we have to talk about this because, as Andy knows, my favorite topic when it comes to Guy Tang and his music videos specifically are who is paying for this shit? Because there is so much production value occurring. They are, if nothing else, highly produced in like every capacity, from the wardrobe to the lighting
Yeah.
to the outfits to everything. And so for him to be crying poor here is mind blowing to me.
Yeah, there's no way.
The thing I want to bring up to this is, like, at no point in time in anything I've ever done have I gone and done a service and then said, "Oh, it'll be this much." That number has been agreed upon long before I even before I get out of fucking bed.
Yeah.
So it's like this like bohemian, like, artist type
You
of
just pay
mentality
me
on this.
whatever you think it's
You are
worth.
so full of shit.
Yeah.
Nobody
Yeah.
walks into a place and doesn't know how much they're going to spend. Nobody.
Yeah. So in clip 6, Guy thinks
Except when I go to the weed store, like we were talking about.
Well, that's
over
because
on
they don't price
Patreon.
tags on things.
Yeah,
And there's a
he's like,
surcharge.
One bud of weed, please.
yeah. Go subscribe to the Patreon so you can get that joke. I also wanted to point out that does he have some kind of speech impediment? Like when he's a guy that can't
Is
pronounce
being
H's, shouldn't
being
be on a podcast.
gay effeminate with that gay affect, speech impediment.
Oh, maybe he just has the vapors.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. So Guy in clip 6, Guy thinks posturing is well off is cultural.
And you still spend money on the products, but we still constantly, get used.
I wonder if that goes to, like, in our head where because we aren't taken seriously as a career, that we, mentally somewhere don't take ourselves seriously. You know what I mean?
Well, I know for me, it's also cultural because I know as an Asian person, you don't do that. You don't ask for money.
No.
Right. And
Yeah.
sometimes we even fight to pay the bill. We
Mhm.
rather pay it than let you pay it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's such a stereotype of Asian culture that whenever you see somebody fighting to pay a bill, they're not in, a New York deli, and they just ate a kosher meal. They're never fighting over a bill there, and some Italian guy, trying to be a big shot. That never happens in any other culture other than this Asian culture. Whatever Guy thinks is happening.
Don't talk to me about being in an industry that doesn't get any respect. I'm a bass player.
Yeah,
Okay?
exactly. And Paul Mitchell didn't like pave the way for the hairstylist. So there's just no respect in the hairstyling industry. What? Maybe you're not feeling it for some reason. I don't know, but Guy Tang has plenty of fucking notoriety at this point. At least in my world. Guy thinks he works hard because he's Asian.
So we want to make sure that we make everyone's lives comfortable, and we'll make ourselves uncomfortable to make others comfortable.
Yeah.
So we never want a situation to feel awkward. So I know that's culturally, I wasn't raised to ask for
To
things.
demand.
I feel
No.
awkward.
Culturally, I was raised to work hard.
Yeah.
And if it comes to you, it's because you earned it. You have to work
Mhm.
hard for it. That's how my parents raised me.
Same.
And so that's why, and you know what a lot of people don't know is that you're mixed.
Oh, yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
share with us
Oh,
your
yeah. My mom is white. She's from the US. My dad is from Mexico, and so
What are
I'm
their pronouns?
a hybrid.
hybrid? So you're
Yeah.
multicultural.
Oh God, please. But you're
How
not
many
just white. We can't. I
yeah,
can't. Please tell me I'm not just having a conversation with a white person right
yeah.
now.
How many miles to the gallon do you get? I'm a hybrid.
Hybrid. Yeah, it's just like what? So white people. That's the other part of this bullshit. Of oh, we just don't want it to be awkward because I'm Asian. No, you're just a people pleaser. That's not culture. That's like mental illness. That's you've been afflicted in some way by your parents, and you feel the need to people please. That's not cultural. All right, your unique perspective on the world. Like, there's no convenience store anywhere in America where a black guy walks in and the Asian man behind the counter is saying, "Buy something or leave." I'm sure that never happens. Yeah. Because they didn't want to be awkward. You have 10 Asian people stepping on your head on a flight, because they just walk all over each other, but never mind them. This is getting
Well,
um
they want people that look like them to have representation, and as 2 guys that just spent the last half hour talking about Tom Cruise as, 5'9" white guys with brown hair that aren't ripped.
5'9". He ain't 5'9".
brown hair.
I'm just saying, he gives short kings a good name.
Yeah. All right. Clip 8. Guy thinks the non-white side of his friend is more interesting.
And would you say you're more family oriented from that culture versus?
Yeah, I would say
Versus
that.
the
I
white
don't know if
culture?
purely just tied
Finish
to
that
culture
statement,
or
guy.
just the dynamic of like the household.
And that goes back to, like for me, culturally, sometimes it's hard for us to ask for money.
Mhm.
And so when someone says you have to ask for money because they're taking advantage of you. So then when I
Yeah.
tried, I was like, I kind of shrink a little bit. I was like,
Yeah.
so I promoted your product.
Yeah.
Maybe pay me or something. But they wouldn't.
They wouldn't.
Yeah, nobody asked you to promote it. You can't just be like, Andy, we just promoted the weed spot on our show. So maybe we should go stick our hand out and say, well, we talked about it on our show.
Yeah.
Give us money.
Money,
We talked about it.
please.
Money, please. It's just like, what? That's not how business works.
Yeah.
Maybe you're awkward asking for money because you have no idea how to do it.
You're gonna it's like I said, you have to make that deal. You have to say, "Oh, I think you're seeing a spike in your sales because I'm talking about it on my channel.
Mhm.
Maybe we can work something out where I talk about more of your products."
You
Correlation.
you could just hire somebody who is like a salesperson or a marketing team
Yeah,
to
Mhm.
go and do that for a fee.
Yep.
right.
Like, if you're not good at it, like, maybe you go do that.
But
This is what
also,
this is what
there's so many. Go ahead. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
real quick. This is what Carl always says on WATP. You get what you're worth. If you think you're worth more, go get more.
Yeah.
If you're not trying to get it, then you're getting paid what you're valued at.
Yeah, but there's so many infuriating things in that clip. The first one where they start is that. So, do you think that you're more family oriented because of your Hispanic culture versus and she like kind of like mercifully cuts him off before he can say you're more family oriented because of the Hispanic side than because of the white side, right? The Irish side where your dad beat your mom or something, because
You
that
know how
only happens in the Irish.
white people be getting divorced all the time, right?
Right.
That's
They
the
don't they
kind of
have there's no nuclear family values in white culture at all. They're just all getting fucking Plan B pills and fucking each other. Um, all right. So everyone thinks Guy is getting paid, probably because he's wasting so much money on his music videos. But he's not making. You think I'm making money? I'm not making money.
I don't have terrible
Yeah.
music video money.
I got
And
paid.
still,
They still thought I got paid.
yeah, I'm like, you were paying me, you were paying the models, you were paying the photographer, you were paying everybody,
but no one was paying me.
and no one was paying you, and no one was considering the fact that all the time, because we were doing this, on our weekends, on our days
Day
off.
offs.
Yeah, and it's a lot of
Days
work.
off.
It's not like you're in the salon doing a client. These were full days.
People don't understand that history. They think like, oh, Guy Tang just come out of nowhere and now look at him. I was like, no,
No.
that's not how it worked.
You've been an educator for a very long time.
Educator of what? Are we still talking about music videos?
I mean, he's talking about like his online
Yeah,
tutorials.
yeah, I get that. But nobody's gonna pay you for something that sucks. I mean, that's Crystal Pepsi they sunk a lot of money into that,
Yeah.
and then they said no one's buying this. Let's get rid of it. So
Yeah.
you're making the Crystal Pepsi of music videos, Guy Tang.
Yeah. Well, the other thing is, I can't remember if I talked about it here or later in my notes, but like competitions and hair shows, like we did competitive barbecue at one, like our friends were doing barbecue competitions. You pay them for the opportunity to maybe win money and win prestige in the industry. Yeah, you're not making money for that. That's you out of pocket in the effort to win a competition, and then you have the credit of winning that
Yeah.
competition.
And you have a bunch of
how
trophies
that
in your
works.
there's a bunch of trophies in your storefront window like that.
Exactly.
Like Good Smoke. You go there and there's trophies everywhere.
Oh,
and they-
Andy, go to Good Smoke and tell them you mentioned them on the podcast and tell them they owe you
money, please.
So yeah, so here's more about Guy Tang, being all out of pocket.
It took me a long time before, I got paid for anything.
Yeah.
And still it's a struggle. And that's why, like, even when we do these shows, people don't realize I don't get paid to do hair shows. I don't
No.
think like, oh, he must get paid millions and thousands to fly out here to teach us. I was like, no, everything is more of like, if you support me, if you buy my product, if you watch my YouTube videos, you can support me in that way.
Yes.
But in other words, it's free.
Yeah.
I don't get paid for it.
Yeah, that's exactly what you were talking about before, is when you do the service and they pay you for it, like that's where you make the money. So the idea that it's awkward for you to ask for money, that's where it's like the money's made on tour. The money is not made in the fucking studio. That's you paying to create something that will lead to you making money. You've got to go do the work.
Have you tried selling tickets and charging people for these seminars? That's another thing you could do.
Yeah, did he try it?
You don't have to.
You have a lot of Guy Tang drops now.
You don't have to do it for free. You can, whatever. All these fucking life coach assholes are raking it in, charging.
Yeah. You go watch Tim Robbins. You think that fucker just gives his books away? No.
Right.
Yeah.
No. Exactly. Again, if you're good at something, you don't do it for free. That's the whole point.
No.
All right.
That is fucking terrible.
We're
No.
All right.
so in handy.
This is the most reasonable story we hear on this podcast, clip 11.
Not realizing how the rest of the community saw you, and so seeing people like running onto the stage, and that was a wild experience. And I'm sure for people who were second guessing you and making fun of you, that must have been a crazy experience for them too, because here they were making fun of you, and look at your success.
You know what's interesting? So I remember when I was an educator for this hair company back 15
Shut up,
years
you
ago.
ugly
We
loser.
were at training, we were at events, and we were out eating dinner. And they were making fun of my YouTube videos, and then making fun of how I talk. And they were also making fun of my music stuff.
Everything Andy's already done on this.
Is he talking about me?
No, I just want to come back. That's why we started with the hair thing, because I want to make sure that everybody understands that he's insanely talented when it comes to the hairstyle shit.
Yeah,
Everything else,
sandbagging your success is I'm not here for that.
Yeah. This is absurd. Like acting, this whatever false modesty or whatever is occurring on this podcast is ridiculous. You will soon see the music is fucking insane. But okay, let's let's keep going because I can't wait to get to the video. Where was okay? How did this whole music career get started? Clip 12.
So I used to go on my YouTube and sing.
Mhm.
I'll just sit there in front of of my computer and just film me singing to the camera. I would sing Christmas carols.
Yeah.
I would sing like Mariah songs or some you know R&B track, whatever, and then they would play it and laugh at me.
Mm.
And I just remember they would mock me singing because I wore like a Santa hat while I was singing. 'Cause I
I
was
remember that video.
You remember
Yeah,
that
it was
one?
cute.
It was because of
Yeah.
the Santa
Yeah.
hat.
And look what I'm doing now. I'm making music videos. I have 6
Yeah.
albums. I mean,
So Tommy Wiseau made a movie. What are you talking about?
After not to ruin this, but after what we hear, you have 6 albums?
They've gone double
Fuck.
adamantium. When I say that, I mean that doesn't exist.
um yeah, so he's working hard at failure, but a guy is shocked to learn that in an industry about appearance that everyone around him is two-faced.
it's really funny how people will laugh at you, and then all of a sudden, when they see you kind of, grow into fruition,
Mhm.
then all of a sudden they know you. But
Yeah.
you're these some of these people are making fun of me from the start,
Mhm.
but then all of a sudden, oh, we were friends. Oh, we're friends
Were
now.
we?
Now you know
Oh,
me.
okay.
But
Yeah.
you were making fun of me 15 years ago.
Yeah, you didn't believe in me. You
But it happens, what's interesting is I find that it does happen to a lot of people that I admire, that
Mhm.
you admire. I saw it happen to Lady Gaga. She talked
Oh,
about it in an
yeah.
interview.
Mhm.
Mariah, when I read her book.
Yeah, guys in rarefied queer. Um, yeah, that's the second. Wait till you see the fucking music video. The idea that you would put yourself next to Mariah Carey and Lady Gaga is fucking delusional.
And expect people to not make fun of you.
Right. I mean, by all means, go have fun. Oh my God. The amount of money. I'm sorry, everyone, that we're just not getting to the fireworks factory yet.
Yeah.
Wait till you see this. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
remember how indignant he is about the lack of respect that he's demanding for this music career?
All right. So Guy Tang is like the Bruce Lee of hair. He's exposing all the mystical secrets of the Orient, much to the chagrin of the masters that came before him.
You share everything. You don't keep secrets, you don't hide things, you share everything, and a lot of people can't understand that because they don't do that.
No.
They share, "Okay, here's my first step, here's my third step, and then I'm done." And you're
Right.
like, "But what was everything in between?" And you were sharing everything.
And it kind of normalized it. So then all of a
Mhm.
sudden now it's so normalized to see everyone sharing techniques,
Yeah.
right? But
Mhm.
10 years ago, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
We came a long
But the
ways.
formulation part that we talked about in part 1, that's such an important part of education, and a lot of people won't share their formulas.
No, they
That's a
gatekeep
huge
it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, Colonel Sanders doesn't tell you the secret recipe so that everybody just make it at home. It's a
Yeah,
terrible business model.
I don't know if you ever heard of this thing called the Freemasons, where they didn't share how they cut the stone to like make arches and shit. Like it's been going on for a long time, guy. Nobody wants you to fucking give away the secret formula.
Yeah, what
Okay?
you do is charge people money to learn how to do it properly.
Mhm.
That's called a business model that you can't seem to figure
Yeah,
out.
start a school
But my
educator.
culture doesn't allow me.
Yeah,
My culture doesn't allow me to ask for money.
yeah, I'm gonna give it away for free.
So I'm just
'cause
gonna
my
give it away
culture.
for free.
Yeah,
It's
have you ever
bullshit.
seen the
He's just a moron.
TikToks? The TikToks where somebody's like, Follow this paid Patreon channel to get the really good stuff," like what
Yeah,
All Apologies is doing over on Patreon.
yeah.
You think this is a good show? This is just the bullshit that we give you for free. The real show is behind the paywall.
Yeah, Andy, I don't know if you've ever seen a red envelope on Chinese New Year. That culture just doesn't care about money. Um, Guy is on this never-ending workaholic grind in clip 15.
But I have to work on my mental health and
Yes.
everything. And of course, like when I release music, it has nothing to do. Oh, he doesn't care. He's only making music. I was like,
No.
you do realize, like, even hairstylists go to the gym, they go to the bar, they go have parties, they go to the movies, they go have dinners.
Honestly, though, even when we're on set of the music videos, you are still answering questions.
On-
You're
on
still
Facebook.
doing you're still working. You cut, okay, do
Answer
answer,
questions.
then you go back.
I love working constantly for no money. What are you
I had a
talking
hard day of going to the movies.
Um, so, hard work does not equal good, as we will soon find out. Clip 16.
Like, okay, so while everyone's going to the bar on Friday nights, I'm in the studio recording a song.
Yeah.
So while everyone's partying Saturday and going to the movies,
Yep.
I am recording a song after I got done with a client,
Exactly.
after I got done filming a YouTube tutorial.
Yeah.
I think that I earn the right to record songs.
Yes.
And I learned to play guitar. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Is that okay that I eat, sleep, and do music too?
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
mean,
called a fucking hobby, Guy.
we're gonna find out if he's earned the right to make music, Andy. For knowing what you know, do you think that Guy Tang has earned the right to make music?
I whatever. I mean, I go to a studio and record music too. I'm not making a career out of it. I call it a hobby.
Did you earn the right to do it? Would you say that you've earned the right? No, I just do it because it's what I do, right?
I
Like,
mean,
you
I
just do it.
I've earned the
Do
right.
it.
I
Where's
don't.
DJ? Get the DJ Dabble song on here.
Yeah. I would say that I've earned the right, but I haven't earned respect. It's like don't you don't just whatever. It doesn't just fall in your lap. You don't. Nobody's respecting what you're doing. Trust me, when you hear it, you're not going to respect it. Nobody will.
Clip 17, Andy. They're all just jealous of Guy. They're all just jealous.
You go through their page and you'll see that they have all these quotes. And it's like you quote all these things that are positive, but you're being so negative towards
yeah.
me. But I realize something.
It
They're
sucks.
projecting
Mhm.
because they see me enjoying doing what I love. And sometimes it bothers people
Yeah.
because I prioritize my stuff. Sometimes they don't realize, like, like instead of, and not to say that there's anything wrong with partying and drinking, because you could do that.
This
You
is not what
deserve.
you choose to do.
It's all in what you choose
Yeah.
to do. I choose to make music.
Mhm.
And if I put my music out there, it does not take away from me doing hair.
I don't bring my guitar to work. It's not the same thing. Making music is a hobby. You're choosing to spend your time that way.
Andy, you're projecting. Okay.
I
You're
am.
just mad because Guy Tang makes terrible music and you don't.
I'm making this show because I enjoy making it. I am
Mhm.
not. It's not what I do. Uh, not to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Thank God.
If you don't like this show, you're just jealous. You're just
Yeah.
jealous of us.
You're projecting.
Yeah.
You're
Andy,
projecting that it sucks because you suck.
Andy, someone tried to give Guy good advice and he ignored it with the stupidest rationalization I've ever heard.
You need to stick to one niche. I saw a post that someone said, you got to find what you like, and they told you to stick to it. And that's it.
Hair, stick
don't
to
really
hair.
agree with that.
Yeah.
Because if I never studied photography, I wouldn't know how to take pictures of hair.
Hair.
If I
Mhm.
didn't understand lighting, I wouldn't understand how to create the right lighting to take pictures of the hair.
Mhm.
If I didn't understand perms, I wouldn't have understand a lot of curls.
Yeah.
If I didn't cut hair, I wouldn't understand how important it is to color the hair in the placement. It's like
Mhm.
building the house to paint the house. It's understand the construction
Yes.
so you could decorate.
No. If you didn't understand perms, you wouldn't understand curls, Andy.
Yeah, you lost me on that one, Guy. I mean, I understand that.
The photography and the lighting made sense. You should have stopped there.
Well, it is tricky because a lot of people that own a business don't realize that just because you're talented at woodworking and making a bench doesn't mean that once you start selling benches that you have to keep the books and you have to learn how to do point of sale and blah blah blah, the spreadsheet of the expenses, and now you're doing something that you never set out to do, right? It's like this
Yeah.
is not why I got in woodworking, so that I
Well,
could become an accountant.
I'll tell you the simplest way, because this happened to me a million times. I used to work in a butcher department in a meat room, and people would ask me how to cook their steak. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Put it on a stick and hold it over a flame. What
How
do
do
you
you
mean?
take what temperature would you like it?
Yeah, I don't know how you want to cook it.
See, the
Like
first thing you
so.
do is you heat your oven up to 800 degrees.
Yeah, yeah. I'm a
Step
teenager.
2, step 2,
Yeah.
you put your head in it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Step 3, repeat.
Yeah. I'm a teenager that's plunging
What would you
fucking raw meat into a fucking grinder. You're gonna ask me how to cook your meat?
go to
No.
Go to Wegmans? That's what they do
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
What did you tell him? Fuck off.
Yeah, I would tell him that. I would just be like,
I don't,
I don't
I'm not a
know.
chef.
Yeah. You don't wanna ask me that question is
Yeah,
what I
what do I look like, Gordon Ramsay?
yeah. Um, okay, okay, okay. Clip 19. I listened to this clip and thought, "I've heard this somewhere before."
It's all linked
Mhm.
together, and people always make you choose one thing, and I'm just so sick of it. It's so annoying. And for anyone who's watching, you do not have to choose. You can do multiple things. If you want
Yes.
to have an ice cream shop, be a hairstylist, be a dancer at night, be a model on, monthly, and
Life's too short to
life is
not
too short.
enjoy.
Nigga, I don't sell hoes. I sell candy. Can you see my fucking outfit? I'm a part-time stripper and I do hair.
Yeah. So you're saying I can drive a mobile coffee shop and have an ice cream bike and an art studio for kids and
Yeah.
make ceramic mugs?
Mhm. You could do all of that.
Genius.
All right. Okay. This is now we're to the video. Um, so for the intro of this one, I'll say th Guy Tang loves doing multiple versions of his music videos for whatever reason, and so I think I saw the first version of this, and it's just him at the mic with the dancing choreography on a soundstage, basically, right?
Mhm.
The next one is the whole malt shop narrative or whatever. So here's Guy's new video. Please remember he's earned the right to do this.
People say you need friends, you need fame, you need brains, diamond rings, fancy things, a car scheme.
This is the bass register.
Oh, that's Guy Tang's take on 50s greaser uniform by way of Rob Halford being super gay and leather daddy.
And when he's using his bottom voice.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah,
way down here. We heard his voice. It's not deep like that. He's doing that because so he can change keys later.
right. This is his Elvis inspired song. So he's doing his best Elvis impression. Whereas
Hunko hunko burning shit.
if you listen to Best of Me or Phantom Lover 2, you don't get any of this low register Guy Tang.
The
Um,
the thing
Ed?
that gets me at the very beginning of it is when they're getting out of the cars and the guy next to him and he gives him that
The bro they're broing it up.
hug and yeah, we're there together, brother.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, the
I was
only
like,
he's a
oh.
brother, he's giving brother vibes.
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
thing the only thing
It's
they
more
haven't
like, oh hey brother vibes.
done the only thing they haven't done is rode up on fucking choppers, you know,
Yeah,
like
they will in
that
a
was where
second.
they fucked up by
I
not.
missed it. Did they do the Predator handshake? Like
Yes, they did.
It
And
It
it's,
was the Predator handshake.
yeah,
Yes, you're right.
yeah. It's so bad.
Okay, so I said this is the alternative version, but this malt shop fucking scenario here they added in so for guys special sauce is added into this narrative now. The backup dancers. Yeah. There's a lot of energy going on for this slow bop. Some girls that he doesn't care about.
yeah, guy's not interested in that. It's not on the menu.
Some fugly broad that guy won't fuck.
That's why guy hates women.
You see him come in and he's got his arm on his buddy, you know, like this. And when he sits in the booth, he's got the leg up and the whole thing. Oh, it's so fucking bad.
It's called latent homosexuality.
Yeah. He's a rebel.
Except it's real
There's nothing latent about
homosexuality.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets overt in a minute here. We got two more. Like this song is only 2 minutes, by the way. I don't know how much studio time or production like when they had to get the cameras back or the rented cars back.
Oh, he's bitching about how many Saturday nights he wasted producing this.
I just realized there must be some type of exchange of services going on here where this is like some type of commercial studio where they do a lot of commercial work probably. And they're like, yeah,
production involved with the crane shot.
yeah. They're like, you can come in and use our soundstage whenever you want, guy, if you give us free air.
No, it's not. No, it's not that. It's oh hey, we don't have anybody booked for 4 hours on Saturday between midnight and 4 a.m.
Yeah.
You can come in then.
Yeah. So if you give us some hair work and you're available on Tuesday from 3 a.m. to 6 a.m., you can use the studio.
Divine.
Okay. This video forgot that being gay in the 50s was illegal. Backup dancing is insane.
Yeah.
At first, I thought this was his husband.
Butt fuck? Yes, please. There's no doubt.
There's no doubt we're butt fucking. Yeah. At first, I was like, "Is this like his boyfriend that like that he's just working into the video?" Because the other ones are not like we're so gay, you know. I think he's like intentionally shining light on in like an era where, like I said, being gay in the 50s was illegal. The other ones is just like all about guy, you know, being a serious musician and you know hanging out with the band and shit like that, and like really, you know, we're gonna put some meaningful lyrics on paper, you know, around the coffee table while we hang out all night. Everyone, that's usually
making it Facebook official with a high production music video that he can feature on Facebook.
I did see. I went looking to see if Guy Tang tours, like if we could go see a live show, and no, obviously.
He's appearing at the nearest bathhouse near you.
But there was him doing a live performance somewhere with female backup dancers, and I think he like brings his husband up on stage at some point, or his partner or whatever.
You're not tricking me with that one, Joe.
I'm not gonna get you to go to
I'm supposed to think those are women backup dancing for him. You're not going to trick me, Guy Tang.
Yeah. So the eternal question as we come to the
Ed,
final.
which backup dancer do you think is the hottest?
Well,
the-
it's got to be the other greaser, right?
This is me ramping up to calling you gay. Would you answer this?
It's the Asian man who's losing his hair in the same way I'm losing my hair. That's the hottest one.
So Kai Tang.
Yeah, no. Okay, so as we finally come to our last portion of this video, I will bring up my eternal question and why I find Guy Tang so fascinating. Who is paying for this? Who is paying for this?
I thought it's because you thought he was cute with a bubble butt.
Yeah, by the eternal question I have for Guy Tang, will you date me? And he says,
No.
Mariah, Lady Gaga, Mariah, and Guy Tang. There's the Tang. He gave him the Tang.
You see, that would have happened in that parking lot, and the real greasers would have come out.
Oh yeah,
And
the Socias would have beat the piss out of
both of those guys, their heads would have been underneath car tires.
Leif
Yeah.
Garrett would have shown up and caved his skull in.
But real quick, the one thing, and I told Joe this last week when I watched and I went through these, I said the only redeeming thing that came from this was that this was the next thing up on the queue.
okay, yeah.
My YouTube algorithm was like, "You're being gay. What are you doing?"
Exactly.
Yeah.
We got to clean this up real quick.
Straighten you out with some ministry.
Yeah. The fuck are you
Fantastic.
doing, sir? But God, I'm a fan. I mean, I really am a fan. Like whenever he comes, I'm like, what is he doing now? Like, what is this? So every time it pops up, I'm
That really is
fascinated.
that's the eternal question. What is that?
And
What it is probably going to be a reoccurring segment on this show.
yeah. His shit comes up in my Instagram algorithm, and I go,
Yes.
There's gonna have to be there's gonna have to be an Udpate bumper just for Guy Tang.
Oh yeah, probably. You know,
Yeah.
at some point we'll find it.
Update.
This just it. Guy Tang sucked another penis.
This just in. Guy Tang lost another hair competition.
Update.
He had to pay everyone out at a competition he didn't win.
Yeah. All right. But we have to decide whether or not we accept his apology for getting his pecker checked in the men's room, right? Who was
Absolutely not. It's totally
somebody was
fake.
apologizing to him, right, for misgendering him.
Yeah, but it was fake. It was like a woke dad fucking scenario. It's just something that never even happened.
So what do we give something like that? Some
Mm,
posturing.
Fuck all that.
Or how about this?
I'm just sorry for being a freaking idiot.
It kind of sounds like Guy Tang.
yeah. I can't. Olivia Jade is going to be a good, like, if we redo some shit we didn't do, like, she might have been like right on the verge of that was not video. And there's
Right.
plenty of video with her.
Okay, we'll sort that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that was good, Joe. Thank you so much for resetting Guy Tang for the main feed. People need to be aware of what's going on over there.
If you don't know about Guy Tang's music, you should. That's the main
That's the
message
most
here.
normal thing he's ever worn, by the way. We didn't even cover for the other outfits
That's true.
brings to the table, so we're definitely going to have to talk about him again.
Yeah.
I actually want to apologize. I have two apologies that I
Finally.
want to issue.
My
first-
to J&O.
For being
My first apology is actually to Guy Tang, that I thought he was the guy from
J&O.
J&O. And that's why I was so confused about what was going on. I was like, oh, I had this whole thing. I was gonna be like, this guy got so much plastic work done. Like I was gonna go crazy. He had his voice fixed. What the hell's going on here? So I apologize for confusing them.
Eventually, you'll get over it.
Maybe. And then my second apology is to all of the viewers and listeners.
And I'm still not over it.
I apologize that that's stuck in everyone's head, and that all of this other shit we had to do with this episode.
All right. Well, congratulations to Lindsay for winning the Dabble House entry, and anybody that is thinking about tuning into that on April 10th and 11th, I think it is. No, it's the 11th and the 12th of April. So there's still time to give away one more pass. If you're on the wheel this week and you didn't win, I'm going to keep you on the wheel. And if you want to get on the wheel and win yourself a free weekend in the Dabble House, just follow us on Instagram for the next quiz question that you can submit at allapologiespodcast.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't done that already and you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. It helps us in all the ways. And I want to thank Ed for putting up with Guy Tang. I want to thank Joe for bringing Guy Tang. So at Edsy and Joe Six.
Yeah.
And Andy's trucker Andy saying,
Yeah.
stay sorry.